We're back with President and CEO of Dyer Sons, Rebecca Parker.
Did you always want to be a president or a CEO of a company when you were younger?
Never.
Or was it accident?
Never dreamed of it. In all honesty, I thought I would be back office, so stay in the background, not jump out there and say, here we are, we're here to serve you. Could not have imagined that 20 years ago.
When was it that you decided or you came to the realization that you could become president or CEO and you had the ability to do that?
Well, honestly, Medford Dyer took me out to lunch, actually breakfast one morning, and said, I have a plan. I want to know if you're game. And so we the management team, there are 4 of us, and Mr. Dyer is still on that team for as long as he wants us. We, the management team, decided to, yes, jump into this boat together. So it was a mutual decision. It wasn't an easy one. A female running a trucking company was not a normal career path. It took some selling to our employees because I'm sure that they expected someone else to be stepping into some of those shoes. But it's worked out very well, I think, in the long run for everybody concerned.
So maybe can you give us a couple of tips or some of the things that you folks did in order to smooth that transition process out, maybe for other people who might be going through a similar transition in their own company?
Well, we set clear goals. One of them were sales goals. We also set clear expectations for the employees. We discussed it very openly with the employees, what we were expecting, where we wanted to go, and how they could help us get there. So such things as they could become employee owners over a 10-year period of time, that truck that they were driving on, they would own. That this warehouse, if we did it right, they would own. And that every customer that they pleased would come back to us. So that was a very important formula to push forward to them. Because it's difficult to explain to someone who has a high school or possibly a little bit of a college education why every move that they do and pleasing that customer to the absolute joy is important. Moving is a stressful adventure. Usually it comes about because you've had a change of life experience. It's training ourselves and our customer service representatives and our employees with, take a deep breath, put yourself in their shoes. That's really what we changed, is our outlook on how we were doing business. It wasn't how much tonnage we had or how many trucks we were running today or how many moves we were going to complete this year. It was how pleased that client was going to be with the move. So we changed that focus.
And how do you think that structure changed productivity and increased profitability?
Oh, huge. Because suddenly, instead of just dragging out a job, potentially, they started being a little quicker in finishing the job, but also walking into the residence and saying, ma'am, sir, what's your concern for today? Can we deal with those first? And then possibly, if you have any other issues, we'll deal with that first, get it out of the way, and then we'll finish this relocation for you. What do I mean by that? If your grandmother helped you build a dollhouse, create that first. If they see that level of care first, then they're not going to worry about all the things that are in the garage that need to be packed. So it was redoing our whole customer service philosophy, and it drove up productivity amazingly. And giving them back part of the bottom line, that certainly didn't hurt anything.
It's an interesting process, though, because you develop a process, right?
Yes.
For them to follow.
Absolutely.
And then that's a trainable process at that point.
Well, it's being open. It's posting outside for everyone to see whatever claims we've had. A claim is not just a dollar value. It is a customer that we didn't meet their expectations. So we didn't either set up the right expectations for that client. There are some moves that are more challenging than others. And it's making the client understand with an education process through a pre-move survey exactly what we are there to do and what their role in that is. So doing that well has certainly helped.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.